Hello. Well, it is really for me a bit annoying because I like to explain that what I like to explain. Really, I want to really explain. I want to explain it very badly because I know that it's necessary. And sometimes really there is stuff like that. My English is not so good as I want and as it was, let's say, 20 years ago. It's really a pity. But on the other hand, maybe it is really to understand what I'm saying, and I don't think that we have to make so much fuss about that. It is quite easy and quite easy to understand. You look, everything what happens to you, it's all about your vibration. I mean, it comes through you, by you. It comes whatever you meet and whatever you find, what is in your way. It is only in your way. And it's only in your circumstances, it's only in your life, because it comes to you through yourself. And so we have to change yourself. It is, if you feel not very happy, and in fact maybe you are unhappy, or somehow there's always something annoying, always is disturbing, something is always disturbing. Yeah, that is maybe, but the point is, that's what is disturbing. It comes only through you, to you, through you. If you wouldn't make it possible that it happens, it wouldn't be there. And that is what because I struggled so much, and because I have so much difficulties to find people who really like to understand that. And it is tricky, and it's really difficult to understand that. When because I don't tell you, no more, no less, actually, it's all the trouble what we have, what we find altogether. It is there. It can exist because you make up the ground for it, if you want to know it or not. And it is always like that. Whatever someone find in front of his door, you can be sure he found it because he himself opened the door for it. No, 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 the people tell me, no, that is nonsense, I don't ask for it, and no, that is not mine, and I never causes that. The bitter truth is, we did. I know that is really, annoying, and it is really, it is really disturbing, and it is really, it goes on our nerve, honestly. We have always the same troubles and always the same resistance, and we can't make our mind really clear, and we can really understand what we like to understand, and we want to tell badly other people how the really good way is like. The point is that we can't tell other people how the really good way for everybody is like, because everybody has his own feelings, his own thoughts, their own energy, their own vibration. And so we have, of course, to find ourselves at first. That is because the way is the aim, the way is the goal, and the way is the target. Because it is our way, and as soon we are able to make our way as plain and as clear as possible, everything that what we like to have can come to us without any blockades or disturbings, or without any be hampered or something. Impossible. I know that it asks a lot from you. It's asking a lot from you, because you actually have to understand that it is in what position you are now, what kind of position it ever may be. Practically, it is you, for yourself, to make it a little bit better, a little bit brighter, as it is now. Practically, you can say, I want to be a better person in 10 minutes. And I start right now to get myself better. You are the only person for whom you have to take care. And if you do so, when you are very careful to take care for yourself, then you won't blackmail other people. You won't kidnap other people. You won't start fight with other people. Because you know one thing very well. If you kick off someone else, you kick off yourself as well. Because whatever you do, whatever you think, you do it, you think it, because it is an answer, an immediate answer for your own vibration. It is the answer that comes straight back. That is that what we can't handle so well, because we are accustomed to handle ourselves and our belongings and our things that we have to do. We handle it in order that we have to say that we say at first I have to come to an agreement with somebody else. No. At first you have to come with an agreement to yourself. And then you can start to look for other people. Maybe they like you, or maybe they dislike you. But the point is that you find the same way, the same level. And then a lot of people now have to ask themselves on what kind of level they are. Oh, yes. Oh. You see, you can improve yourself all the time, and you come close to your higher self and the better idea from yourself. The quicker you increase your own vibration. I always tell that. Imagine that the vibration is a kind of light. That's practically your light I talk about, and you can improve and you can make your own light brighter. In the way that you say, I want to have a brighter light, and I want to have a higher vibration. I want to have a higher tune. I want to be on a higher level. Then it is not necessary to worry about that, what other people will do next week. And there's no need in any way to take care and to look after other people in order to be a nuisance for them, and in order to gossip about them. It is Bangladesh to do that, and that is really Bangladesh. Well, our mountains of garbage tell us how our thoughts are. I mean, the mountains of garbage and the mountains of shit and everything comes only because our thoughts are like that. We produce that. We actually produce our minds. And that is what I'm driving at, and that's because I have it so tricky, and so that's because it's always so difficult to convince other people that they have nothing else to do but to increase their own vibrations wherever they are, whatever they do. At first, increase your own vibration. I wait actually until the day they start to believe that. And honestly, they don't have to believe me. They have to believe themselves. And they don't have to trust in anybody else, but to trust in themselves. And if they know that they trust in themselves, they know quite well that since everything is a question of your own decision, you will not to pick up a wrong decision. Impossible. And you know once for sure, you will always have enough food, and you will always have enough money, and you will always have a pleasant life when you take care for your own vibrations, because this kind of vibration is practically the pattern how you act towards other people and towards yourself, of course. Is that then so difficult to understand? I know that my English is maybe not so well, but on the other hand, I think even if you catch up a few words, you can think for yourself. And if you think now in English, in Swahili, in French, or in Italian way, or whatever, maybe in Chinese or what, it doesn't matter. The chief task is that you get a higher vibration, because this higher vibration sets you in a much more peaceful life. You can't go to this peaceful life earlier, because if you want in a stage where if you want to be in a state where everything is fine, everything is glorious, and everything is peaceful, and everything lives in harmony, then you have to take care for one thing, that you're not the one who always disturb exactly that harmony. It is totally bullshit to believe that you can come into a kind of heaven wherever it looks like, maybe, if you practically one of those who disturb that peace. So you have to live in peace with yourself, so you can spread out the peace anyway. And so it is not necessary to look out for people with whom you can come on friendly terms again. It is not necessary to ask for that, for a peaceful mind and everything. You don't need to ask for that. You need a higher vibration. Then you have this peaceful mind, which you long. I mean, it is hard to understand that you always want to make the world better, and you always want to do the right thing when you practically everything do wrong, because your vibration take care for that. Your own vibration see to that you will always know practically the wrong kind of people. You always miss chances. You always lost your money or lose your money. You never get exactly in touch with this kind of person you like to be in touch with, because the vibration goes wrong. Or maybe you have a good vibration, then increase that. That is really a never-ending story. If your vibrations are high and you're full happy with your life, normally people are not happy with their lives because they always complain. But even if you have a really completely successful life and are happy with everything, anyway, it is always something to do to mend it, to make it better, and to increase it, and to make it a bit better and a bit better and a bit better as yesterday it was. Clear? Of course. That is because as long you're alive, as long you live alive, as long that work and that being is never done, you can always increase and to make something else better. After your life, when we are all dead, then when we all sleep a while, then we relax. It was really, it takes some efforts, and it was really exhausting sometimes. Of course it was. On the other hand, that is the pleasure of life. You cannot be always spread out a good mood and good humor and everything. And of course it takes time until you smooth everything what was beforehand in a bad constitution and was a bad quarrel. On the other hand, it is like when I shake a glass of water, then of course everything here is like a storm in a water glass. But when I set it down and leave it alone, it settles down like that. So please believe me. It's not necessary to rush to another guru or to rush to a messiah or something like that. It is perfectly all right if you ask for a higher vibration. And you ask not only for a higher vibration, you get a higher vibration done. And everything smooths down. It is a miracle. Maybe it is like a miracle, but I think it's a very, very good one. Besides, it is quite to understand. It is really to understand. It is not so far to grasp, to take it in. Of course, when someone have a high vibration, he will always have a good humor, and he always do his job perfectly well, and he always climb the ladder up. Always. And will never fall down. How? And even if he maybe stumble a bit, he will always land on his own feet on a high level, and no harm will be done. So why no one desire exactly that? I really ask it. I mean, it is. Some people tell me it is not intellectual. No, it is a question. You have to believe that. Believe it is a moment. What do you say? You have to believe it? No, you have to want it, and you have to. That depends on your will. I mean, it really depends on your will. You have not to believe in it. You have to understand that, and you have to want it. That's the point. And believe me that, it is not so easy to want it. especially when you are, let's say, well off. Then is the question, why shall I want it when I'm fine? I'm well off, so why should interest in me? Because the times when you're well off are maybe numbered. But sooner or later you have to die. Sooner or later, yes. Maybe now, maybe in 3 years, maybe in 20 years, maybe in 100 years, no, 100 years, probably in 50 years, 30 years. But why don't you use it? But why don't you use your time for it? Why to tender it away with the spider dash? I mean, it's nice to have a nice picture, and it's nice to have to see a good movie. It's nice to hear lovely music, and it's nice to have a work in which you are big, which really makes you a great joy. And I was saying, I'm very fond of my job. Good. But then nevertheless ask for a high vibration so that you can keep this fine job. And then when you say, well, I have fine money, it's okay. Good. Ask for more. And maybe not really for more money, but at least for a whole vibration. Then you can keep your money. Instead to always to be frightened that you will maybe lose it. No one who have a high vibration lose all his money and sit there on the street and it's cold and freezing and everything. And is completely lost in the dark. Nonsense. So increase the vibration. Please do it. It is really, it asks so little from you. And the results are amazing. It's really great. Well, I hope somebody hear me. And I really do hope that you start to ask for it. It's a try. It is a nice try. And it is it's successful anyway, and it will be good, and everything smooths down. But maybe it smooths down at first. The wars, fights, struggles, and everything will stop. But we increase our lives for everybody, because everybody can think. That is the beauty in it. Well, since I asked myself, when they tell God is for justice, or the highest light, brightest light is for justice and everything, why on earth we can't understand that? Because nobody understands that, what I was talking about. Nobody understands that his own thinking, his own thoughts, which make clear which way you travel. And it is always, it settles where you will arrive. And there can be bad places here on earth. Oh yes, definitely. Well, yes, of course. And we can find ourselves in a flash, back to the past. Where's the problem? I mean, when someone has a kind of thinking which is fitting very well to the middle age, life is vivid, is vital, life is life. So you can be sure that all the energy which you find so plenty in front of you bring you down to that past. Well, yes, of course you can. We have a spur of life. You here you are now. You are here in this time. But what if your mind and your thoughts are very well fitting in the, let's say, 16th or 17th century, or the 13th century, 15th century, when they're still burning people because they think they're witches? I mean, you need a really plump way of thinking. And I'm sorry, people mostly here have a very thick, plump way of thinking. You can change it. Maybe not them, but yourself. In order not to be in a crowd of people which are plump and thick in thinking. It is really funny. Everybody think. Everybody. from the virtue. And the morning, before you open your eyes, the first thoughts come already to you. They come to you through your vibration. You are receptive for it. Well, now is the case clear, isn't it? Not the coast is clear, but the case is clear. We found it. We have it. The cat is out of his sack, so we say in German. When it is up to you and what kind of vibration you live, start to want, start to will. I want to have a higher vibration. That's all. And don't take care now who will hear you. Your higher self anyway, and God and the highest light, the brightest light will hear that and everything. But at first is that you understand that is the way it's like that. And no one who really wish a higher vibration will find himself back in the mud, in the garbage, in the darkness, the coldness. Yeah, the question is if you can understand that or not. Okay, thank you for listening. And it would be it would be nice if you can share that, if you like to hear that. And maybe you get the idea. When it works for one person, then it works for all. And since we live in a group, in a town, in a country, in Europe, maybe in Africa, but we're always surrounded by people. And when it is our highest wish and our really desire to live in a high vibration altogether, then it will be only good for everybody, because foul tricks and foul plays are not possible anymore. Because a high vibration is not the ground where foul tricks and foul plays are possible. But foul tricks and foul plays are possible in the darkness, in a low vibration, in the cold. And as far as I notice, everybody wants to go out of that. Hopefully, they really wish. Huh? Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.